She said she worked in marketing. Customer satisfaction, she joked. I believed her. Until I found her videos. She wasn't just in them, she was the star. So I sent the link to her MOM. She blocked me, then called 47 times. Hey there. We're working hard to hit our first 1,000 subscribers. If you love true, emotional stories, hit that subscribe button. It helps more than you know. Now let's get into the story. I'm not really the type of guy who posts personal drama online. But honestly, I don't even know who to talk to about this. So here I am, writing this at 2:11 a.m. in a half-packed apartment, sitting on the floor with a cold energy drink and way too much anger to sleep. My name's Kyle. I'm 28. And until last month, I thought I was in a normal, solid relationship. 3 years, one apartment, shared bills, even a pet gecko named Pancake. Her name was Maddie. Or is. I guess it still is. She's 26. Beautiful. The kind of woman that makes people do double takes at the grocery store. Smart too. Always talking about analytics, branding, strategy. She told me she worked in marketing. Customer experience optimization. She'd say, like that explained everything. I didn't press her too hard. Not because I wasn't curious, but because I trusted her. We both worked remotely. She had meetings at weird hours sometimes, but I figured it was overseas clients or something. I work in finance. Remote portfolio analysis. Pretty boring stuff unless you like spreadsheets and coffee. But it paid our rent. Covered our food. I wasn't rich, but we lived comfortably. Maddie didn't pay much. She had her own income. Cash, mostly. And she always said she was putting it into projects. Cool. I thought. Side hustles. Maybe a small business someday. Then came the message. A Tuesday afternoon. I was eating lunch at my desk, headphones on, just spacing out. My buddy Liam from college texts me. We don't talk much, so I was surprised. Liam. Bro, is this your girl? I pause. He sends a link. It looks like some kind of video site, but not YouTube. Definitely not YouTube. At first I hesitate. But curiosity wins. I click it. The page loads, and I swear, my heart just stopped. There she was. Maddie. On a couch that looked very familiar. Wearing my hoodie. Smiling. Flirting. Doing things that don't belong in a marketing meeting. I slammed my laptop shut. I didn't even process it at first. I just sat there, blinking. My hands felt like ice. Then I opened it again and watched the whole thing. Just to be sure. I checked the username. Cross-referenced her tattoos. There was no question. It was her. The girl I made breakfast for that morning. The girl who kissed me goodbye and told me she had a busy day of brand consultations. I didn't yell. I didn't call her. I didn't even text Liam back. I just froze. And then I started connecting the dots. The weird hours. The high-quality camera gear she bought for work. The locked folders on her computer. The new lingerie I thought was just for me. The vague answers about who her clients were. All of it suddenly made sense. She wasn't just some casual OnlyFans poster. She was doing full-on scenes. Acting. Talking to the camera. Multiple videos. Multiple sites. Multiple names, but the same face, hers. I didn't eat the rest of my lunch. I didn't finish my work. I spent the rest of the afternoon in a fog, bouncing between confusion, betrayal, and this weird, detached curiosity. I didn't know what to do. Or what to say? I just knew one thing for sure. I wasn't going to confront her. Not yet. I wanted to know how deep it went first. I didn't sleep that night. I laid next to her, staring at the ceiling in complete silence. She curled up beside me like nothing was wrong. Like she didn't just star in the video I found that afternoon. She even kissed my shoulder and mumbled, "Love you," before drifting off. That hit different now. I didn't say it back. It's weird how your brain splits in moments like that. Half of me was numb, like I was watching it all from across the room. The other half, running at 100 miles an hour, trying to piece it together. What else had she lied about? How long had this been going on? Was I really that easy to fool? The next morning, she left for her usual client strategy meeting. She kissed me on the way out, wearing a sleek black outfit I'd never seen before. Said she wouldn't be long. Her makeup was perfect. Too perfect. As soon as the door closed, I stood there for a second, listening. I waited until I heard the elevator. Then I opened her laptop. I'd never gone through her stuff before. Never felt the need to. But today, I had a mission. At first, it was locked up tight. No files on the desktop. Everything neatly organized. Password-protected folders. I figured she probably had files hidden deep. Buried. But she made one mistake. She left her Google Chrome open. I clicked into her recent tabs. My stomach dropped. One tab was open to an encrypted cloud drive. Another was a content calendar. Another had a scheduling dashboard. And at the bottom of the bookmarks bar, a folder titled Work. All caps. I opened it. Videos. Dozens of them. Script outlines. Scene summaries. A spreadsheet labeled Top Tippers. And screenshots. Of her. With clients. In lingerie. In cosplay. In outfits I'd never seen in real life. There were even contracts. With shoot dates. Names of producers. Studio names. Some of them based in our city. Some out of state. One of them had our apartment listed as the filming location. I sat there for over an hour. Clicking through. Watching 5-second snippets. I didn't watch because I wanted to. I watched because I needed to know what I'd missed. What kind of fool I'd been living like this, completely in the dark. And the worst part? She was good at it. She had a voice. A presence. A whole persona. She called herself Elle. She even had merch. It wasn't a side hustle. This was a career. My girlfriend was a rising star in adult entertainment, and I was the idiot bringing her coffee every morning while she edited scenes of herself in our living room. And the money? I checked her PayPal and Cash App history. She was making more than me, sometimes twice as much, per week, and she let me cover rent. She let me worry about bills while she filmed with strangers 2 rooms over. She told me she was burnt out when I asked why she didn't want to go out anymore. Told me she just wanted to chill. I guess chill meant re-editing her latest content drop. And still, I didn't say anything. I could have called her, could have packed my stuff, could have thrown her laptop out the window. But I didn't. I closed it, put everything back exactly how I found it, and waited, because something in me shifted that day. This wasn't just about betrayal anymore. It was about exposure. She lived a double life, and one of those lies was built on a lie. So I started thinking, what happens if the 2 worlds finally meet? It's weird what your brain starts doing after the shock wears off. At first, you're just gutted. Then you get angry. Then, if you're like me, you get cold. I didn't scream. I didn't cry. I started making a plan. That same week, I started working from coffee shops and libraries just so I wouldn't be home. I told Maddie I needed a change of pace. She didn't question it. She said she was proud of me for trying new things. She had no idea I was using that time to dig into her world. I found her stage name from the spreadsheet, Elle West. Took about 5 minutes to trace her Reddit profile, Twitter, and 3 different sites where she posted content. Some of them had full-length videos. Others had livestream archives. Thousands of likes. Hundreds of comments. I created a burner Reddit account just to follow the trail. Started reading her AMA posts. She'd done 3 of them in the last year. They were all about the realities of being a woman in adult entertainment while maintaining a normal relationship. One post stood out. It was titled, "Ever dated someone who had no clue you were in the industry?" I clicked it. At first, I wasn't even sure it was about me. Then I read this. He's so sweet. Works in finance. Thinks I do online branding stuff. It's been 3 years. I think he'd actually cry if he found out. Another comment asked, so he really doesn't know? Like, nothing at all. She replied, nothing. He's vanilla as hell. Like, he still asks if I want him to run a bath for me after a long day. It's cute. Kinda boring. But cute. I sat there in silence, reading that over and over again. Vanilla as hell. Kinda boring. I remember a night not long ago, maybe 2 months earlier, when I stayed up to rub her back after a shoot she said had been brutal. I made her tea. She told me she appreciated me. She looked me in the eyes and said I was the safest part of her world. Now I knew what she meant. I was safe. I was the cover story. The placeholder. The guy she came home to when she needed calm. After living out someone else's fantasies for cash. And the truth is, I could have accepted a lot. If she had told me up front. If there had been honesty. But this was months, maybe years, of deception. And while I was planning anniversaries and dreaming about proposals, she was uploading behind paywalls and laughing with strangers about how oblivious I was. I didn't just feel betrayed. I felt used. And that was the moment it clicked. This wasn't a breakup story anymore. It was going to be a reveal. After everything I read, everything I saw, I didn't yell. I didn't confront her. I smiled. Made her coffee the next morning. Kissed her on the cheek. Because I already knew when it would all fall apart. Her birthday was in 10 days. She'd already been planning this little dinner party for weeks. Just close family, she said. Her parents. Her sister and her fiancé, her old piano teacher, even her dad's co-worker from his accounting firm. Yeah, she wanted to show off how good her life was now. Her exact words. She asked if I could cook, since they all loved my lasagna. Of course, I said. I'll make everything perfect. She smiled and kissed me, and I went to work. Not on the lasagna, on the fallout. I created a new email account, a new burner phone, a fake fan account on all the platforms she posted on, subscribed to her profiles, downloaded everything I needed, screenshots, clips, her intros where she said her name, the comments where she flirted with strangers and joked about fooling her vanilla boyfriend, the Reddit threads, the tip sheets, the live stream timestamps, the script files with her name on the contracts. I compressed it all into a zip folder, labeled it Portfolio L West of Zip. Then I saved it to 2 flash drives. One I kept, the other I sent to her dad's office. First class mail, anonymous sender. Inside was a typed note that simply read, she said she works in marketing. Here's her portfolio. That's it. Nothing dramatic. No threats. Just truth. Delivered. 3 days before the dinner. The day before her birthday, Maddie was glowing. She was excited. Told me how much it meant that her family was finally coming over. She even said, I think they're finally starting to see I'm not some mess up anymore. I nodded, smiled. I had already set the table, bought the wine, hung up the little string lights she loved. Meanwhile, I knew her father had received the package that morning. I saw the delivery confirmation, signed by his assistant. She had no idea. None. The next evening, guests started arriving right on time. Her mom brought a bottle of white wine. Her dad gave me one of those classic, polite dad hugs, stiff, quiet. He looked at me differently, though. I noticed that. Her sister joked about how cute our apartment was. Her fiancé talked about upgrading to a Tesla. Everyone was chatting, laughing. Maddie was in the middle of it all, smiling like a politician, pouring wine, serving appetizers, saying how grateful she was for supportive people. I was in the kitchen finishing up the lasagna when I heard her dad's phone buzz. Then again. He pulled it out, squinted, and froze. Her mom glanced over, asked him if something was wrong. He just said, Can I use your laptop for a second? Maddie said sure, handed it over. I dried my hands and leaned on the counter, watching. He opened the email. I saw it. The zip folder was in there. Unzipped. Open. He clicked on a video. The silence in the room changed instantly. You ever been in a room where all the noise is gone, but no one's talking? It's like oxygen disappears. Her dad said nothing. Her mom walked over, glanced at the screen, then dropped her wine glass. It shattered. Maddie looked up. What? She asked. What's going on? Her mom didn't say anything. She just turned the laptop toward her. Maddie stared at it. At herself. At the paused frame from a video of her, in costume, sitting on the same couch where her parents were now sitting. And then she looked at me, wide-eyed, mouth open. You, she whispered. I didn't move. I didn't speak. She didn't say anything at first. She just stared at the screen like she couldn't process what was in front of her, like her brain had lagged out. Then she looked at me. And I mean really looked at me. Not like a boyfriend, not like a roommate, but like someone trying to figure out how long the grenade had been sitting under the table. You went through my stuff? She said. Everyone was frozen. Her mom was still standing, hands over her mouth. Her sister sat back down like she was trying to disappear into the chair. Her dad just kept staring at the screen, face like granite. And me? I just wiped my hands with a dish towel and said, You told me you worked in marketing. That looked a lot more like customer satisfaction. That was the moment it clicked for everyone. Her fiancé's eyes widened. He started shaking his head. No way, he said under his breath. Is this real? Her dad finally spoke. I got a package at the office, he said. Thought it was a scam. Opened it. Thought maybe someone was trying to blackmail you. He looked up. Then I saw the tattoo on your shoulder. Maddie froze. I saw her reach for her sleeve, like instinctively trying to cover it. Her mom finally sat down. You said you were doing branding consulting, she whispered. You said the travel was for workshops. Maddie, we introduced you to Pastor Glenn last week. And there it was. The tear. Maddie turned to me, voice cracking. Why would you do this? Why wouldn't you just talk to me? I didn't even raise my voice. Because I did talk to you. For 3 years. And you lied. For 3 years. She looked like she wanted to argue. But she knew. She knew she couldn't walk this one back. Not when her name, her face, and her work were already playing on the family laptop. Her sister's fiancé finally got up. I'm sorry. I can't sit here. I can't unsee this. Her mom started crying. Her dad stood up and quietly closed the laptop. He handed it back to me. I assume you sent this? I nodded. He nodded back. Didn't thank me. Didn't scold me. Just nodded, like a man who understood the difference between punishment and justice. Maddie's voice was barely a whisper now. I was going to tell you. I was going to quit. I didn't know how to say it. I raised an eyebrow. You had no problem saying a lot of things online. She shut her mouth, eyes full of tears, but not falling. Not yet. I took off my apron, walked to the door, paused. Oh, don't forget your birthday cake, I said. It's in the fridge. Vanilla. Your favorite. Then I walked out. I didn't hear from her that night. Not directly, anyway. But by the time I got to my buddy's place, a spare room he offered without even asking why, I had 12 missed calls. By midnight, it was 47, and one voicemail. I didn't check it right away. I let it sit there, like a spoiled fruit rotting in my inbox. The text started the next morning. Kyle, please. Let's talk. I didn't mean for it to happen like this. I never meant to hurt you. Then she switched tactics. You're cruel. You ruined my life. You humiliated me in front of my family. As if I had filmed the videos. As if I was the one who turned our apartment into a set. Eventually, it went quiet. I stayed gone. I just moved on. Found a new place 2 weeks later. Started cooking for myself again. Actually slept without grinding my teeth. People always think closure comes with some big moment. Some teary apology or final scream. But for me, it came with silence. And a new set of keys. 3 weeks later, a letter came in the mail. No return address, but I knew the handwriting. Inside was a folded piece of notebook paper and a photo. The photo was of the two of us. From last year. We were at a pumpkin patch. Maddie was on my back, arms around my neck, laughing. The note was short. You didn't yell. You didn't hit me. You didn't post anything. You were just gone. You were the last good thing I had. I'm sorry I broke it. I didn't respond. I dropped it in the bin behind my new apartment, right next to an old pizza box. That chapter was over. She told everyone she worked in marketing. Said her job was about customer satisfaction. Well, I finally gave her what she gave to thousands of strangers. A performance she'll never forget. And that's the story. If you're still here, that means you're one of us. So go ahead, hit that subscribe button. I drop new chaos every single day, and trust me, tomorrow's story, it's even worse than this one.